because this setup has moved it in a SUV direction.
Okay.
To the point where that when I did drive it up Nandi Hills later in the day, I'm like, this is fun. This is not what I expect a Carens or a Clavis to be. Like, to be something that you want to drive fast, quickly, and
stay composed at that speed.
and feel that this is enjoyable as well, right? That is not what I expected. Then when I got out and started driving, the first sense was that this feels different. The smoothness is there, the quietness, all of that is nice. But there's something different with the suspension.
Good, bad. Ugly.
Now, I wasn't sure. It was feeling smooth, it was feeling controlled. And this was in Bengaluru, so we were at outside of Nandi Hills.
Right. There's only one road in Bengaluru where you can do any kind of launch at all.
So now we are super familiar with those roads, so know exactly where to go. So just nearby there is then that B road, which is not as smooth,
Correct.
which has potholes and stuff like that. So I went there. And I was like, this is certainly a different setup. Because they said that they wanted to make the car more agile and firmer. And I saw this, I'm not kidding, I wasn't paying attention. I saw the image later of the presentation thing. I said they wanted to move it up. And this makes sense because this setup has moved it in a SUV direction.
Okay.
To the point where that when I did drive it up Nandi Hills later in the day, I'm like, this is fun. This is not what I expect a Carens or a Clavis to be. Like, to be something that you want to drive fast, quickly, and
stay composed at that speed.
and feel that this is enjoyable as well, right? That is not what I expected.
Right.
So that was the eventual feel of it. But the initial moments was like, oh, because when I got to that village road area and it's broken, you can distinctly feel you can hear the road, like in the sense of the suspension going tak, tak, tak. And this is a car otherwise that's feeling so well insulated. Right. So that change from that road condition to this road condition was quite clear. So it could be partly down to the 17-inch wheels, right? Because these are bigger, but it's also down to the suspension setup. And please remember, if you're in an older car, when you're dealing with these kind of roads or any SUV that you're using, if it's sitting on worn tires, all these senses will get amplified and pushed through into the cabin more than they were earlier.
Correct.
And that's what adds to that sense of a vehicle being old. And so the easiest way to fix that is a new set of tires, and getting a right set which balances for an SUV would be to get a balance between road use and rough road use.
Yeah.
And on this regard, Apollo has the Aptera 82, which are meant to serve this purpose.
Yeah, the 80 stands for all terrain, which is literally they're designed for that balance.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I spent a lot of time in this car because of that, to try and understand whether I dislike it, right? Is this something I do not like? And the bottom line right now, what I will say is, I cannot say that.
You're still undecided.
I'm undecided, and I think it's a step in the right direction compared to before, because on that very road, I also spent time in the third row and in the second row. And the one thing that felt different from before was, like you said, that it used to have that sense of movement all the time. Now, and what I'd written was, this feels taut. It has a tautness to it. So it's not plush, it's taut. So you hear and feel more of the road, but it's not in a discomforting way.
Right.
To drive the car, the steering, the performance from the engine, the dual clutch, that engine and gearbox combination is a great combination.
Yeah, you said the last time itself it was very impressive.
I think they are the ones who are now setting the benchmark, as in the Hyundai Motor Group with the direct injection turbo petrols and the dual clutches. So they are.
And this is a transition because there was a dhur seat in there.
Oh my God.
See the reaction? So there was a dhur seat in there, and now the dual clutch transmissions are actually working really well with this turbo petrol.
That was terrible. I remember, man, we were like, this is not what a dual clutch is supposed to be. Anyways, so as a engine gearbox combination, all of that works well. The suspension has gone in a different direction, and it feels functionally to be a step better.
Okay.
But is it a more plush experience? will it be a more premium experience for people? I'm not so sure about that.
I think that's easy to answer. Just get the car to Mumbai.
Yeah.
We have some incredibly consistently bad roads. And incredibly consistently bad is really hard to do, okay? You have to cast the imperfections into concrete so beautifully. See, once you do that to concrete, concrete doesn't really fundamentally change, right? And we can repeatedly test vehicles over that really bad piece of concrete and say, that's plush and that's not.
Very fortunate.
It's high tech, okay?
Yeah. So that is, I'm leaving it as a question mark.
Got it.
I think people will be able to travel better in it, but will they be able to feel luxurious in it is the question.
If you really enjoyed this clip, there's not much that you can do because it's over, but this clip is from a much longer video which plays on our main channel, which is called MotorInc. I invite you now to visit there and explore this idea in more detail, and there you'll meet another amazing motoring personality, my great friend Kartikeya, the one and only.